Kia ora, koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Pisces. So thank you very much for tuning up and watching these videos, or tuning in and watching these videos. If you've come across this randomly, it's probably because usually in my experience that it's like something that you might be needing to hear right now in this message. So this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus. And it's interesting because I just feel somebody maybe, or some of you may have just like literally just come across this video and thought, oh, you know what, I'm just going to have a look. And you may not even be, may not even be a Pisces, sign. And, Pisces may not even be in your astrological chart. So anyway, welcome if that is you, or if you are one of them. So I am an intuitive reader of the tarot and psychic medium, all that sort of thing. But so there is a blend of everything that will come through here, basically. So I'm not a hard out tarot reader, but this is something that is kind of like been developed over a few years, more so over these last few years, where it's come more into my work now. Whereas, before it's more been the intuitive and the psychic, the medium side of things. But and you may, on saying that, I'm feeling like some of you may have, maybe not in this way, it may be the opposite way around for you if you've been, doing spiritual work, or if you are doing spiritual work. And there may be something that's shifting in that for you as well. And where it may be something that's really new for you, and or adding on to it, or something that's old. When I say old, that you've practiced like back in, like 10, 15 years ago, and some of you is 5 years ago, and it's maybe more, and you've been learning different other modalities, or you've been, focusing on another area, but now something is coming, this whatever it is coming back into the mahi that you do, or into the work that you do, like presently. So, it's like, it's just like, where is it? Like, sometimes, when we, not so much that you've forgotten about it, but it's just the timing. And it's like, it's time to bring it back in again with what you've learned in between then and now. So, so some of you, whether that is like in this sort of work, like I say, or something completely different, whatever it is. I feel like for a lot of yous, or I'm going to say a lot of us for some reason, mind you, Pisces is in my chart. So I'm saying that. So it's like a lot of us, things are coming back into, and it's, and it's, God, there's a part to play in whatever is going on in your life at the moment. So whether it's work, career, personal, something personal going on with you, in a relationship or relationship-wise, whether that is with yourself or with somebody else, not necessarily a relationship as in, a partner, like a lover sort of a partner, in that sense, but it could be like relationships with family members as well, and or friends and that sort of thing. So it's really beautiful. So I'm feeling that is like there's something that is coming through anyway. So I'm just going to roll with it. The other thing is, I just want to remind everybody that these the messages that come through with these reads are general. So, just take what does resonate and we'll leave what does not resonate there for you. The other thing is, with these are for September. These are the mid-September reads for you, or messages that are coming through. For the month of, for the year of 2021. So it's like, these are like, we're just with 3 messages that are coming through here. And we'll just see what these other ones here to help, like bring it out a little bit more and go a little bit more in depth, and we'll see what comes up for you. So this first card here is Tatsuya. So this is the Dragon Fae Oracle deck that I'm using here. And the theme, okay, yeah, that's coming through with the first card here is have courage. So it's number 18 in here. So there's something maybe going on where I feel, with that word having courage, that obviously, there's something about having courage moving forward, or moving into a space. Or moving out of as you're processing something, and remembering, there's something new that's coming. I feel like there's something new, because with the 1, it's always usually about a new beginning of some sort. So you may be feeling like a little bit apprehensive about moving into something, a new relationship, a new job, or a new house, or a new contract of some sort. Interesting, I say house. So there's a few things going on there around there. So whatever it is, but remembering that, with number 8, that everything is infinite and we are an infinite being. So meaning that, there are many possibilities out there. So let's focus on the ones that for the lack of a better word, positive, or for a good outcome is basically, rather than the worst outcome. Or just let's go with it and look at it as an adventure with whatever is going on with you that is coming, that's new. Because what I do feel like here with this 10 of Cups, there's something moving into, with the 10 of Cups, it talks about, there's a transition where something has come together, and you're quite happy with your achievements of what you've done. You've achieved for yourself what you've accomplished, and it's like this is like there's some sort of union or unity has come about from this process, whatever you've been working on for yourself. Because here's the family and there's the rainbows. There's a lot of fresh newness, exciting, mystical sort of abundance there. That's what this one is about. So you may have gone through, a bit of an emotional journey there along the way there, and you may have come to what I'm hearing is a conclusion or a decision about doing something, because you've got to this place now. And it's like, I feel like, for a lot of you, you may be able to move forward with something or move on with something because of, there's a sense of contentment there of, where you are with your family, with your life, with your, the way that you feel about things emotionally, with relationships, basically. And I feel like your intuition, and I feel like there's a sense that for some of you may know this, it may be more resonate with you as well, in that sense that you've followed your intuition and you've ended up here feeling quite content about it. And so, but also content in understanding that, that you've listened to yourself, basically. And this is what happens when you listen to yourself. So there's a celebration there in a way there as well as with that. So that's really lovely. So we have the Dawn Watcher here, and its bells will ring. So I feel like this one is kind of like a warning in a way. I don't want to say warning and freak you out, because it's not about freaking you out, but it's like bells will ring, because this is the Dawn Watcher. So if something, maybe there is something for some of you where there is a sense of concern or just wondering, because we have the 7 of Swords underneath here, you see. So there's something that maybe you may be concerned about, somebody like ripping you off, or something, somebody stealing from you, or there's some sort of deceit in the background there. But it's like, your intuition, when I'm going back to the intuition side of things, it's like, you now know what something or someone is capable of, or so there's more of a knowing. But there's this one here, I'm talking the bells or rings. There's something you'll get some messages or some guidance along there, but don't freak yourself out. So because I feel like some of you's, there's an inkling about something, or you may have, intuitively picked up on something. But on saying that, I'm feeling like there is the flip side of that is sometimes we can overthink things. So there is, for some of you, there may be that sense, definitely, that somebody, it's keeping you aware of that something is not right. So that I feel that's what I feel like these bells will ring. So you'll get a little bit of a note. You'll get a bit of a notice. So listening to the signs actually, and it could be literally a bell ringing, or your ear ringing as well. So that's giving you a little bit of a heads up, and or confirmation. And the other thing is, like, for some of you, I feel like you may be overthinking things where you've really super embellished it. So just it's finding that balance in there. So if either way, it's like, that's why this Dawn Watcher is here. Like this card here is talking about, there's something there's some signs that you're being given, or you have been, some of you have been given some signs, but you're not hearing them, or you're not listening to them. You maybe like hearing them, but not taking action with it. So about something that is deceitful, or someone is deceitful. So, and it may be like you are the one that's been deceitful as well. So this could be something, or you're feeling like you have been deceitful. So I feel like there's still some signs in there, even if with you, if you've been overthinking to yourself, about yourself, maybe you felt like you've done something wrong. And maybe it's not really, you haven't really done something wrong. You know what I mean? You may be overthinking it. And there may be something where it may be that you have done something not necessarily like wrong, or you may have said something that you feel may have upset someone, for instance, and because you were in a grumpy space, and you might have like been sharp with someone. It's like, I feel like, it could be something like that, but now you're like, oh gosh, what did I do? So, and it maybe that's where that deceit is coming from, and like in that side, and it's maybe you just spoke your truth. And you know what, apology, if you feel like you need to apologize or want to apologize, that's totally up to you too, if that's what clears your conscience. If you've, but this is about, on saying that, processing that, what it is it, is that just you overthinking things for yourself, on saying that. So, there are some signs. This is what I feel this one is about. There are some signs there, the Storm Watcher giving you, some signs of, the next step to take, or maybe have a wee think about that before you take an action or head this way, or whatever that is for you. So the other thing is, that is number 31 here. So yeah, this is interesting, because this is like, balance. 3 is about balance. So I feel like you're just balancing things. This is like what I'm saying is being balancing things out, is, just taking a look at it and seeing what actually, is it yours or is it not yours? Are you overthinking this? And, maybe there is no need to apologize except for you sit to yourself, or whatever that might be for you. But definitely, have a wee think about that, but not overthink it. Okay. Go in here to your heart. So in one, there is a new beginning. So this could be something like, something that for you that is, maybe for some of you, like that beginning of change, or turning something around for you as well within that. So the next card is Oroki. I'm going to pronounce it Oroki. It's spelled O-R-O-K. It may be pronounced something different, differently, but anyway, and this card talks about boundaries. So it's number 3 again, and number 4. So there's something about balancing out maybe a relationship, some thoughts and ideas about a relationship, a friendship of some sort. But I feel like this is talking about having the courage to either, speak up or speak out, communicate what it is that you need to say, or communicate to yourself even with whatever is going on there. So it's number 34 there. So grounding yourself, grounding your energy, coming back in here and not being out there, which will help when you start to when you start to think about or step more towards taking some sort of action and being in your power, basically. So decisions, there's typically what swords are about, making decisions, which is then when we don't make decisions, we can overthink about it. When we overthink about stuff when we're making decisions, and it's like, then we don't make a decision, it makes it worse, and it's like, oh my gosh. So it's about, something there about communicating to yourself lovingly and clearly, as well as to others. Because where we have the 2 of Swords here, so there's some sort of indecision, or you're thinking about something, maybe taking some time to think about the where to now, because the Ace with the 2 of Swords, so something is moving along there. It's like you've got a clue, and there's something about you being in your truth, and so it's like, how do I express myself, or what are the next steps that I need to take to this venture into, or to explain, or to be in my power, and to how am I going to communicate this, basically. So but I'm hearing there's that perspective and that shift in the way that you think about things. So there's maybe something that's pushing you to communicate differently, and to make a decision. However, sometimes this card talks of, it's not necessarily about making a decision really, really quickly. But it's interesting with this one, there is a fire underneath here with this card here. So it may be meaning there is, there is some time, but, let's not leave it for too long. So with this indecision that's going on in there. And I feel like this one is, do I take that sword or do I not? So, like you've got that sort of truth that is there in the ace. So it's like and I feel like he's actually given that, or by the look of it in this card, it feels like. But it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have taken that. Do I actually give that, or do I just take that, or do I take it back, or do I just hold on to that? So there is some indecision there, which is coming through there. So what I'm hearing is and I do like what's in with this one is also interesting, because it's like with this card, it's about boundaries. So there could be some boundaries that you're needing to create, or make, figure out how that works for you as far as with whatever is going on. It's like with your boundaries with relationships, with friendships. So it may be, say, like you're working with a friend, or you're working with a family member, in a business, or or whatever that is, and it's like, okay. So what I'm hearing is like creating boundaries in that. So like you're at work, or working with your partner, or something like that. Or there may be something where you are needing to maybe work with your partner as a teammate in some exercise or something like that. So it's just, I feel like it's about creating these boundaries. It could be, a myriad of things. So it's just thinking out whatever it is that's going on with you. It could be like you creating boundaries with yourself as far as, with relationships, with certain people in your life. And what are your boundaries that you're going to set for you as far as like how far you're going to go? Because I'm hearing with some abuse that may be about codependency in a situation. And it's like, some of you that may be to do with a parent and a child is about, creating some boundaries there with a situation that's going on in your life. But that's really cool. But things are moving. So there's three things kind of going on there. In that, so that, and some of them are like, for some of you, it'll be all totally all linked with that. Some of you, I feel like they're quite separate. So just like I say, just take what resonates, and oh gosh, what does not. I'm going to take those. This one here is the Five of Cups. So there's something, maybe a little bit out of kilter emotionally over here. So it's like, bringing up these emotions. So I feel like there is something, either going on there. But I do feel like for a lot of you, it's like some of you are either going through this like right now, and this is where you'll end up, with the Ten of Cups. It's just keeping on moving, working with that. And interesting, the Seven of Wands, because I feel like there's a turning point that's coming with the Seven. So it's like there is still a bit defensive, and with your guard up, but on saying that, there's movement. So it's like on the way, as you're moving forward or moving on. And the Two of Pentacles here, that's something watching where you're stepping, basically. So it's like you've taken, the initiative to look with this opportunity or this that's here, which is talking about here. So whether this has got to do with work or business or whatever, there's an opportunity that's coming forward. And you may have been like, there may have been a little bit of, I guess, disharmony or a little bit of emotional upset, or something's didn't quite, pan out there, and you might have got a little bit upset about it, but I feel like it's running its course, or it's run its course. So let it run its course, but don't prolong it so long that you're going to drag it out, because the Seven of Wands here is saying, like, you might carry on, there's this, like, the energy is moving, and you may be a little bit defensive still, but just keep moving is what I'm hearing with that. But also, being mindful about these signs that are, that are here. So it's like keeping your wits about you as well. Well, that's really interesting, because the Seven of Swords down here is like, there's something turning around as well, that I feel like you may be seeing something, which is why you're defensive there and still a little bit about that. The Two of Pentacles here, like they're talking about here, is like with the boundaries here, is like there's some sort of, moving, whatever that is, there is like, I'm feeling there's the energy shifts, with this, and it may have something to do with finances or money or something like that within there. But it's like maybe a little bit more, even though this opportunities is there, and the water is calm in the background there, and the ship is there, you know. It's like, okay, I'm just going to, like, you know, take my time, not run with it, but I'm going to be mindful about where my next steps are going to take me, where I'm going to take with these next steps. So, and he's looking around there with that. And then we have the Princess of Pentacles here, which is the Page of Pentacles and other decks. So there's that bringing out, you know, continuing, and there's that sense of the adventure and moving into, you know, something new, and taking this opportunity and looking more into the future, into the, you know, the unknown, being like, you never know. And, you know, the unknown is the unknown, but you don't, just, you know, depending on the energy and even the finances that you have to put into it, whether it's a small light or a big light, you know, it's like not overthinking it on saying that, and going for it, and just like seeing what there is there for you to explore and have a look. You know, just have a look is where they're going with that. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you now, Pisces, and I hope that's kind of helped you, like, move through something, if this is what is going on for you. If it's not, like I say, just leave it, okay? Anyway, we leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure. And I'll see you next week, probably, with the October messages that are coming through. Okay, bye for now.